Black men and black women in the community post saying that how did mass incarceration affect the people before us, the black men before us? Basically saying that I need to account for all of the black men who are probably already passed away, because when I told them that I put the parole and probation numbers on this, on the slideshow, they were like, yeah, I see that, but we need to account for how many people were affected from the mass incarceration. Why? Why are you bringing that up? The argument is always how many black men are in jail, in prison right now. Why the hell do you want me to go back to the 30s, 40s, and 50s to get the numbers on that to make a point or to move the goalposts when we have these conversations? Why? What sense does that make? We're talking about right now. I gave you the numbers of people who are on parole and on probation and also incarcerated. That's good enough. Stop trying to move the goalposts by saying that we need to factor in all the people that were incarcerated and what about the people that didn't get caught and all this foolery. I only see that when it's something that puts black men in a positive light. Because if we know that damn near more than 98% of the black population is free, then why the hell is the black community always focus on the 1.76% of black people who are incarcerated? We need to be focused on the people who are out free. And yes, I understand that there are some people that are in prison that are locked up and they shouldn't be. I understand that. And it's funny that we have the most exonerations. The black men have the most exonerations because of the fact that they do find out that we weren't guilty. I definitely understand that. And I want that work to continue to get those brothers free. However, when we look at the overall point of these conversations, do not let these politicians gaslight you into believing that the majority of black men are in prison. 98% of the black population is free, walking around amongst you. And let me be clear with black women, and I've said this before. When y'all use that point of saying that, well, what about the black men in prison? That has never stopped black women from considering those men for marriage and sex. So let's just stop that shit right now. So even though you guys use that example of saying, well, black men in prison, that don't make them less viable candidates for marriage and sex with y'all. We've seen the videos. So if you're going to continue to make this argument, I don't know if you're trying to make it seem like you are removing those guys from being eligible, because you're not. Y'all still trying to get pregnant by men who are currently locked up. still getting married to men who are currently locked up. So black women, I don't know who you think you're fooling by using that as an example, because y'all have never disqualified men who are in prison. Go watch Kendra G's show. There's a dude on there who she had a couple prisoners call in.
Well, as you can see, right, I'm in prison right now, so what I was doing for them was illegal. You feel me? Oh yeah.
No.
I get out this October though.
Wait, hold up. Hold up. You are in jail right now?
Yeah.
Show me the cell. I don't believe you. No, the bars. Show me the bars.
Oh, ain't no bars.
Oh my God, you're really in jail. How are you on this show in jail?
Police walking.
The police walking. Are you in jail? You're in jail? How tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
You're 6'2". It's a shame. Ladies, I'm against my better judgment. I'm going to tell you not to reach out to Chase. But because I know you, you are. You are.
But because I know you, you are.
You are.
There was another dude on her show who had admitted to being in jail. I think he's from New Orleans. And he actually showed a firearm on camera while he was on with Kendra G. And Kendra G came back and said that, hey, that dude said that he gets the most responses from women.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing is if a guy has 8 kids and attractive, I had a guy on my show that had 4 kids by 4 different women.
Yeah, I got 4
How old
kids.
are your kids?
What, 22, 19, 18, and 16.
Oh, you had all your
Yeah, I
kids
started
early.
young. Yeah, I started young.
How many women?
4 different women.
4 women. Men had a gun in the live.
That's why we changing the game up now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want no problem. Yeah.
Put it away.
I'm just letting it be known.
And women still wanted his IG.
Who do you think those women are? Black women. So yeah, so they don't disqualify men who are in prison. I don't know why y'all trying to use that. I mean, what, you trying to decrease the dating pool for black women? Because if you remove the prison population, then you can just go ahead and remove damn near 1-2% of your dating pool, your dating options, because there's still options for y'all. So shut up. Starting to use that against black men. Who y'all think y'all fooling? HelloFresh is also an owner of Factor. So Factor is pre-made meal plans. If you don't like to cook your own meals with HelloFresh, you can use the link in my comment section and you can pick your meals from Factor. In the link, you get some free meals as well. So if you guys don't want to take the time to go ahead and cook the meals like I did with HelloFresh, you can go ahead and order your own meals through Factor. The meals are amazing. They have breakfast, they have protein shakes, they have smoothies. So if you guys want to use Factor, go ahead and hit that link in the comment section. It's amazing. Go ahead and make sure you click that link, get you some Teach Hanley, and support the Media Man YouTube channel, and also support Teach Hanley. What's going on? Welcome back to another Media Man Live show on this good Monday. Glad to have y'all here. We got 69 folks in the building already. First of all, let me go ahead and shout out Dante Bryant for starting the show off right with the $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. Before the show even started, always supporting your boy. Dante Bryant has been the show sponsor for at least 10 shows. Thank you, brother. You said, Brother Devil M, what's going on? Blessings to you, brother. Good to see you here. And if you were here early, you guys got a chance to catch one of my previous videos that I did about the incarceration rates and black men, you know, being falsely accused and being exonerated. And I did that for a reason, because I wanted to play that as a lead-in to let you guys know where this conversation is moving towards. Black men, this is honestly your opportunity to sit this one out, because we know the statistics, especially if you follow my channel. I've already told you guys that there is a small percentage of black men that are creating the issues in the black community. And basically what I see with this narrative of what are the good black men going to do about the men causing all these problems? Nothing. We are going to do nothing, because this is the show that I'm going to show you guys that black women literally have to take accountability, right? Because out of that small percentage of men that you consider causing the most issues, for some odd reason, y'all tend to find them, procreate with them, have sex with them, and then you blame all black men for the issues that you have with those said men. Yeah, the information is out there. So we're gonna go ahead and cook. You know, I'm gonna show some older videos that I already addressed these things. And yeah, this is going to be probably one of the toughest live streams that I had to do, because the narrative, like I said, is black women using it as I want to say a shaming tactic by saying, what are black men going to do about the black men that's causing all the issues? Absolutely nothing. Because every community has their population of undesirable men and also undesirable women. So for you guys, so you know, black women, Dr. Umar, for trying to put that onus on the black men who are doing what they're supposed to do and are staying at a prison, staying at a jail, and you guys are looking towards us to correct the men that are doing, you know, the most harm to the black community. We're going to do absolutely nothing. Yeah, I said it. So if there's any woman that's asking that question about what are you going to do about those men, nothing. What I'm going to do is focus on my family. I'm going to focus on the people that I'm responsible for, because we cannot decide who black women decide to sleep with and have children with. That is not a black man's choice. Black women have free reign over whatever they do with their bodies. So if you're asking good black men, you know, the good black men that you guys say, to stop you from having sex with the men who are the most toxic in the black community, how can we do that? How can black men do that? And you know, like I said, I got a video, you know, where I'm gonna, you know, revisit Dr. Umar's comments, and I'm also gonna discuss some of the issues that black women have with being attracted to the men that should be the most undesirable. But we all know that black women are pretty much led by their sexual desires. So, and I've said this multiple times, if a man doesn't add up and all he has is his attractiveness and he's above 6 feet, then that should disqualify him from having sex. But how many times does it happen in the black community? It doesn't. So for our women to ask good black men to go into, let's say, the cities where they have the most issues, and I guess talk to these guys and tell them to be good, why would they do that? Why? Put their life in jeopardy? Make those men who then deleted other black men viable candidates for y'all to have sex with and procreate, as you've been doing? Nothing changes. So, and also to the guys that are causing the most issues, why would they change? Why would those guys change if they're getting everything they want from the women in our community? What changes? What are they not getting from you guys? They're still getting sex. They're still having children with you guys. So what reason do they have to change? Think about that, ladies. This is to y'all. So for any woman that's asking black men who are doing well to go over there and talk to them, why? That would actually be a detriment to their dating pool, because if they do become good, upstanding black men in society, they may not be able to attract a large amount of black women. So why would they change? The thug persona, he can protect me because, he reckless and he done been to jail and he carry a weapon on his waist all the time, even though it's illegal, it's not registered. That's exciting to me. That's what black women say. So why would they change? And I'm being very direct on this post because I get tired of people using this as an excuse. Don't come over here asking the black men that are doing what they're supposed to do, taking care of their children, working to make ends meet, succeeding. Don't ask us. That's on y'all. Close your pussy. All right, let's get to it. And I'm sorry, man, I had this, started off like that, but man, it's bad, man. Don't come over here asking us. Trained to live. What's going on, brother? With the $4.99 super chat, said knowing many of these women seek out inmates keeps me focused on retirement, living, and dating abroad, Southeast Asia. Yeah, man, and I don't fault you one bit, brother. Do what you need to do, because sometimes it's you can't be neutral in these spaces, and that's something that I wanted to address because I did receive, and hopefully the young brother is in the comment section, but he sent me a Cash App right before the show started, right? He sent me a Cash App of $30. And I'll just say his initials, SG, right? And he basically said, Media Man, we need your help on this one. This, what he said, there's a podcast, a panel show that he sent me this for. He said this podcast is putting out false numbers on purpose, saying that black fathers involved in their sons' lives contribute the black men's homicide numbers being so high. You got to check out this foolishness. The host let the black women say the craziest stats with no resistance or pushback, and a couple of brothers on the panel tried to correct them. They say it's not true. Man, go do your thing and debunk this terrible misinformation that's being told. I'm sending you a small donation for all the great work that you do. Thanks. And I greatly appreciate it, brother. I greatly appreciate it. I do. But I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. There's nothing that I can do that I haven't done already. Seriously. These are not my numbers. I'm not making these numbers up. I'm not putting these statistics out by making them up. They're free to the public. You guys can Google them yourselves. So in that right, it's nothing I can do. I've already addressed everything that needs to be addressed. So if there's a panel show that's putting false information out there, or they're trying to play devil's advocate in regards to what's going on in the Black community, then there's really nothing I can do that I haven't already done. I have videos on literally every popular talking point that tries to degrade or devalue Black men. I've already debunked everything from white men to Black women, spreading these false narratives about us. I've done it. So there's really nothing I can do. What I'm gonna do. And then the funny thing is, every time I do statistical breakdowns of certain things, I get countless comments of Black men saying, man, I don't know why you're doing this, because they're not gonna listen. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation for me, because I'm trying to educate the Black men, because I know that the Black women who already have a predisposed, thought process about Black men, they're not going to listen. And that's why I kind of backed off of trying to not necessarily hold Black men accountable, but explaining what we need to do to move forward, because on social media, it's an unfair conversation. Because, and the reason why I say it's an unfair conversation is because if I present Black men with the things that they're doing wrong, and it's a logical standpoint, they're going to acknowledge it and move on. It's going to be like, yeah, you know what? You're right. It may be tough to hear, but you're right. We do need to get better in this particular area. But when you do the same thing with Black women, it's all types of pushback. So that's why I kind of backed off of trying to talk to Black men directly, because it's an unfair conversation. I can't have Black men taking accountability for the things that we do, and then I try and tell Black women to take the accountability for the things that they do, and they don't acknowledge it. And then they get other men on their side to sit there and co-sign what they're saying. We all know the truth about single motherhood. We know about the prison statistics. I've done multiple videos on that, where there's a white man that was trying to push this narrative that single mothers aren't responsible for the majority of men that are currently incarcerated. It's true. We know this. We have empirical data that I'm going to show you guys today. And it's just a review, because I've already did videos on this. So that's why I try and gradually approach certain topics with Black men, because I feel for us in the community. Because I can't have these conversations in public, and then if I say something that's somewhat holding Black men accountable, Black women who don't like Black men, they'll take that quote or that narrative that I'm trying to get out, and they'll use it and be like, yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. And then I'll do the same thing with them, and they won't acknowledge it. So it's an unfair conversation. So I'm kind of at a crossroads, and that's why I love doing the consults, because I get to talk to Black men directly, and it's not public. So in a sense, YouTube is great to have this public discourse, but it doesn't help the Black community if one side doesn't acknowledge their fault in these, in our issues. That's why, you guys, I kind of, gradually approach certain topics with Black men, because I feel for us in the community, especially Black men who are aware, who listen to podcasts like mine. I do. And I would love to stop talking about certain topics, but it's very tough, because you see the issues and they're hard to ignore. But as far as somebody else's platform and they fail to acknowledge the issues that Black women have in our community, it's really nothing I can do, because I've already addressed it. So to SG, for sending me the $30 Cash App and saying, hey, man, could you do your work, or could you watch this platform? Brother, I don't watch panel shows. The only time that I get duped into watching those shows is when somebody send me a clip. I've already blocked everything. I blocked literally every toxic platform that I thought was doing the Black community damage. I don't see them on my timeline, because I don't want that anxiety, because I felt myself feeling a level of anxiety, seriously. And I'm kind of lost for words, because I would watch these shows and I would it's easy to point out the people who are against Black men, the women. And I would watch the shows, and my blood pressure would start to rise. I'm like, man, why isn't anybody correcting this? And then you will see them argue back and forth. It was just too much. And I couldn't handle it, man. So I had to block those platforms that I felt that were toxic to me. And since SG sent me this one, I had to block this one because I didn't even know this existed. So I was like, man, I don't want this to gradually pop up on my timeline. I don't want to see any of this stuff, man. And I know that's, okay, you're ignoring the issue. I get it. But at this point, there's really nothing you can do because these are not my numbers. Anybody can see this stuff. So, on my end, it's really not much I can do. Because if they're not invested in trying to level set the conversation and move forward with solutions, why would I sit there and listen to a panel show that's just there for entertainment? No reason. So, I'm not sure, like I said, again, blessing to you, SG, for sending me the Cash App. But realistically, there's literally nothing I can do, man. And my platform is going to continue to grow. And once it grows, I'll get more visibility and people will start seeing the truth. And even then, there's no guarantee that the Black community will acknowledge it and start to talk about solutions for the group that is causing the most issues. We already know single mothers, children out of wedlock, all this type of stuff. We already know this is the biggest issue in the Black community. The marriage rates, these are things that need to be addressed with Black women. And until our quote unquote leaders in the Black community do that, we're going to be in the same position that we are. Because, the narrative of it's always Jermaine's fault. If it's always Jermaine's fault, you'll make money. It's entertainment. Y'all understand that? So as long as it's Black men's fault, that's always going to be a talking point. There's no money in holding Black women accountable unless they're arguing with you back and forth. And that's just the truth, guys. So I wish I had some more answers. You can put your responses in the comment section if you feel, if it'll do so. But from what I see, man, it's an unfair conversation. Because Black men don't have a problem with taking accountability for where we lack, but our women do. And that just is what it is, man. I'm sorry. So, man. Ali Broderick, what's going on, brother? I'm going to go ahead and update you real quick. He said, welcome back, bro. It seems like women's standards these days are the opposite of good Black men. Those are the same men they complain about, but they choose to have kids by them. Yeah, man. And we have no control over that, brother. And I'm glad you understand that. And I try and get that message clear to the Black men who are doing well in our community. It's really nothing we can do, man. And even Black women can attest to this. Can Black men tell Black women who to sleep with and who not to? No. So thank you, brother. Wait, let me bring that back up. My bad. Let me go and update this. There you go, brother. And thank you, Dante Bryan, for starting it off right. Greatly appreciate it, brother. See here. We got Ty Boxing 67. What's going on, brother? With the $9.99 super chat, said Dr. Umar needs to worry about his school being he's been building for 15 years and his baby mamas. He won't marry and leave intelligent conversation to grown folks. Yeah, man, it's a tough dynamic because from and this is true. From what I've seen with Dr. Umar, it's like he'll say something about Black men being responsible for this or responsible for that. And in the comment section, you'll see hundreds of Black women saying, I love to see a Black man uplift Black women. Like he's the only one that does that. And he's only acknowledged for that when he's placing the blame on Black men. And that's a problem. Because if our women aren't intelligent enough to see where they lack and acknowledge it and improve, then what we're saying, it makes no sense. because they won't listen. They will listen to Dr. Umar because he'll say that they're queen mother goddess. He'll say that it's all black men's fault. Black men are the reason why black women have a poor choice and all this type of stuff. I'm kind of lost for words, man. I'm trying to. It's a weird dynamic because I'm a little bit regimented. You know, I'm kind of, you know, I have routines. And when you see something so out of pocket, it's tough to understand how people really think like this. Like, how can you sit there and know that your group of people are doing things the wrong way and just dismiss it and blame it on somebody else? It's mind-boggling to me. It's seriously, I don't understand. I don't even know what to say. It's crazy, man. I get it. Train to live, 749. Okay, I failed to mention, Media Man. I direct brothers to your channel that may appreciate what you put out here. Oh, man, I greatly appreciate it, brother. We need all the support over here, man, because this is not popular conversation. That's why, you know, even though I'm growing more than I thought, you know, I would, just by talking about, you know, level setting the conversation and solutions, you know, it's some of the stuff that I say, it kind of deads a lot of conversations and it doesn't provide entertainment value. And that's why I rarely get that many people, you know, subscribing at a substantial rate, because if there's a conversation based off of an opinion, off of, let's say, who earns the most money in the black community, black men or black women, or if there's a conversation about are black men involved fathers, who has the most children, my conversations, my platform deads all of those opinionated conversations. So people don't want to, you know, listen to that. They want to listen to people have their opinions on what they see or what they believe to be true in the world. And that will do numbers. And then if you get a bunch of black men and black women arguing amongst each other, that's entertainment. It's somewhat like love and hip hop. So sometimes you get pulled into those conversations. You're like, damn, man, why am I watching this? Because you see people, I mean, violence, arguments are entertainment. And if you are a platform such as mine that doesn't allow that, and I don't allow people to sit there and go back and forth in the comment section and calling each other out their names, because I believe in, you know, mental health and protecting somebody's mental health. That's, you know, it's you know, people have said, you know, hey, sometimes your live streams are boring because I'm trying to, you know, what they say, kick knowledge, because I'm learning as well. The stuff that I present to you guys, this was not something that was on my radar while I was spending 20 years in the military. It wasn't, because I didn't know that the black community was going through these issues. And I didn't know that the black community was so opposed to going on Google and typing in, you know, the issues and see what the problem is. I didn't know that I didn't know that people didn't want to do that. So I'm learning as well. Just as y'all are learning, I'm learning. And sometimes this is not, you know, popular in, you know, black YouTube spaces. And unfortunate, but it's true, man. So LJ, what's going on, brother, with the 499 super sticker? Thank you, brother. Appreciate the support. And we got James Wingate with the $2 super chat. He said, black men, the only way out is SYSBM and Passport Bros. Yeah, brother. And like I said, man, I have no, you know, I'm not opposed to black men doing that, because especially aware heterosexual black men, it's literally like maybe, you know, 3 or 4 homosexual black men that give black women dating advice on black men. And they do very well. And black women think their word is God. So I don't know where heterosexual black men fit in the black community. It's very tough, man. Let's see here. Mr. Tolber with the $10 super chat. Thank you, brother. He says, salute and keep cooking. Looking to start a master's in business data analytics either this fall or spring to pair it with my MBA. Oh, man, you on the right track, brother. I know you're going to be good. It's especially that data analytics. Hopefully you was there for my last show. Well, maybe 2 shows ago where A-Lux actually broke down the most profitable jobs and the profession that you're trying to go in, data analytics was actually on there. So, I mean, I made a good choice of going into, my field. So, and I think you're doing the same thing, man. Go watch that A-Lux video. Yeah, talk about the most profitable jobs. And I think you're on the right track, brother. Thank you. Trained to live 499 super chat said it's unfortunate that many of us are drawn to the wow factor, not facts. Yeah, man. And I mean, it's nothing I can do as an individual, man. So Andre Golden, what's going on, brother? With the 499 super chat, he said it is perplexing that women's choices have zero correlation with the actual reality. You are definitely spitting facts. Yeah, man. It's like I said, it's kind of a moot point. Yeah, I want to continue to do this and talk about certain issues that we have in the Black community. But as far as like holding platforms accountable, that's not my job. You know what I'm saying? And, and I'm not telling, I want Black folks to get that money in these spaces. There's a lot of money out there, on YouTube. I get it. But I'm going to keep saying this at some point. You got to sit back and be like, man, is this helping or hurting the Black community? Because a lot of these Black folks are very intelligent and they know how to get the correct information. But to blatantly withhold it from Black women and not hold them accountable just because it's profitable, it's embarrassing. It's a shame, man. And it's certain things, I may do wrong. I know I've made some missteps on this platform. It is what it is. But for the most part, I'm trying to do my level best to make sure that the Black community understands where we stand. And I do these videos about why are we talking about 50-50 when y'all should be reading the McKinsey report to see where the Black community is going to be financially in 2030. These are the types of discussions that we need to have. Instead of sitting there arguing about, I want to be a stay-at-home mom, but I still want to work full-time and keep all my money. It's embarrassing, man. So we got a lot of comments. We got 238 folks in the building. So I want to make sure. Let me go ahead. Now it's Caleb since he's the last one. Caleb said going into a meeting, have a good stream, get the likes up. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. So yeah, man, like I said, 239 folks in the building. So make sure you send in those cash apps or super chats before we get started on the first topic. Let me check the cash app real quick. Okay, we good to go. All right, so I'm pretty sure you guys seen. If you follow me on Instagram, I was on there and somebody tagged me in a post that the spiritual word did, and it was about the housing, the housing conversation in the Black community, and basically they did it on purpose to cause a divide in the comment section, and they actually succeeded. But what I don't like, and this is something that I just discussed about Black people, is that we will sit there and engage in the argument and not even looking at the facts as to what's going on in the Black community, the bigger picture. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you the truth about home ownership in the Black community. If you guys didn't know, it's from 2023. Let me show you guys something real quick. Let me bring this up. Give me 1 second. Just be ready to argue for no damn reason. Like, Lord have mercy. All right. Y'all see that? This is what the spiritual word posted. Let me make this a little bit wider. Now, they knew that if you post this on a predominantly Black space and you have single women attached to it, this was going to cause a gender war in the comment section. The study, it says single women in the U.S. own more homes than single men, according to a new study, right? And this is what they put. They say U.S. women are still behind men in terms of pay, but they are making progress in building wealth through home ownership. According to a recent study by LendingTree, single women own 2.7 million more homes than single men. Approximately 13% of these women have the titles to their homes, while only 10% of men do. Now, let me address this. So there's multiple reasons as to why single women own more homes than single men. Because of the fact that most men don't put home ownership as a priority until they get married. Did y'all know that? And there are multiple studies that prove this wrong. And we're going to talk about one of them in a second on the same article that they're citing, right? So that's why single women tend to own more homes, because we have this narrative of being single, independent, and a lot of women think that if they own more homes, that puts them in a higher category than a lot of men. Not saying all, but a lot of them do. But what they fail to mention is that when single women buy these homes, they tend to get higher interest rates because they don't shop around. They tend to go in foreclosure faster than men because they can't afford the homes that they're purchasing. And also, when you're a single mother and you buy or you purchase a home, they have the highest issues with trying to keep up with their mortgage. These are things that these, popular social media sites won't publish, because the clickbait is that all these women are just outperforming men. But I'm going to show you the actual statistics, especially in the Black community, because there was a lot of Black women celebrating, saying that, oh yeah, because the men, they live with us. Men don't buy homes and all this type of foolery, right? Let me show you something real quick. Let's go to it. So, I'm always fact checked, right? And I always do this on purpose so we can start it. And this is how if you've been, in school and you graduated from college, you know how this works. You have to present where you got the information from. So this is actually from the National Association of Realtors. Yeah, the most reputable source that you can have for for home ownership. 2023 snapshot of race and home buying in America. And before we even get to it, before I show you the actual statistics of how many Black people own homes as a whole, y'all put in the comment section. I want to know, out of the 332 million people that live in the United States, what percentage out of 100% do you think Black people own homes? What percentage, just off the top of your head? Out of 100%, how many Black people, not single, not married, how many Black people do you think own homes as a whole? Out of 100%. I see Lost in Translation. He says 35%. Westside Ninja said 4.5%. GC says 34%. Andre Golden says 17%. EQ 40%. Big Boy 25%. Woke Quill 30%. Train to Live 5%. Emmanuel Dark 2 to 5%. Faceless Man 12%. The Zero F's, what's going on, brother? 10% or under. 20%, 15%. Okay, cool. All right. I mean, some people, let me show you something real quick. Here we go. A predominantly Black page posted this to cause a gender war in the comments. This is what I wrote. Would say succeeded, but failed to mention that the Black community as a whole is at the bottom of home ownership among all racial demographics. We only own 3% of the homes in the United States. %. And we sitting there trying to tell you, hey, we own more homes than you. What the hell is wrong with the black community? 3%. Now, 2022 was the same numbers that we're referencing for the home ownership. And I just put the definition of the black population is made up of 3 groups: single race, non-Hispanic black, non-Hispanic multiracial, and black Hispanics. And then this is the population of black men and women over 18. Let me show you something real quick. I'm not done. The black population owns about 1 million homes in the U.S. And this is from the National Association of Realtors, 2022, 2023. Now, this is where things come to, out of that, 1 million. Black married couples own 46% of the homes in the black community. Now ask yourself, why didn't the spiritual word put that out there? Why didn't the spiritual word put that married black folks own the majority of homes? Because that goes to my point where black men, they tend to purchase homes when they get married, right? Because in that 46%, men still are the ones, most of the men are still on the deed for all races, not just black men, for all races, right? So why did they decide to highlight single women on a predominantly black post, right? Now, single black women own 27% of those homes. Single black men, once again, own 13% of those homes. Unmarried black couple own 105,000, which is 10%. And then unknown, which is about 4%, 4 to 5%. So the difference is only 147,000 more single black women own more homes than single black men. So 147,000, and they like to put it out there like black women are just outpacing black men in home ownership, even though you guys know the statistics, right? 3%. 3% of the black community owns the homes in the United States. And y'all, you're like, man, that sounds kind of low. I'm going to show you something here in a second. Let's continue. Now, in regards to income, individual black income, since they mentioned it, I put the information in and actually posted it under that post. The Census Bureau 2022, same year, 1 year American Community Survey as reported by blackdemographics.com. Black men, median annual income, full-time workers, $50,000 a year. Black women, median annual income, full-time workers, $44,000 a year. That is a $5,800 difference in favor of black men. And there's your source right there. Let's go to black men and black women who earns what? Black men who make $100,000 or more, it's at $926,000. Black women, it's at $721,000. That's a $205,000 difference in favor of black men. Black men who make $65,000 to $99,000 a year is $1.3 million. Black women who make $65,000 to $99,000 a year is at $1.1 million. That's a $200,000 difference in favor of black men. So to address the comments as to why do black women own more homes than black men, even though black men make more money? Because they don't purchase them. So just because black women own more homes than black men, that doesn't mean they make more money than black men. It's for the simple fact that black men and men in particular are a little bit more smart when it comes to home ownership, because that's a commitment. And if you're not willing to make that financial commitment at a particular time, then you just won't purchase homes. And I don't understand why our women are taking this as a one up, because you guys are not doing well in that particular category when you do purchase homes, right? So that's why married couples outnumber the single folks who buy homes. because it is a conscious decision to generate wealth in their family. But single women, for the most part, are going backwards because you guys lead in every negative category when it comes to mortgage being late, foreclosures, all this type of stuff. But they failed to mention that. Wonder why, right? Now, let's continue. Now, here's some key facts. Let me bring this up here real quick. Since they failed to, they probably overlooked it, right? They didn't mean to overlook this stuff, but I'm here for a reason. Key facts. Black, non-Hispanic women and Latina homeowners were hit hard during the CV-19 pandemic. Women, particularly women of color, were disproportionately experiencing housing insecurity prior to the pandemic because of decades of sexist and racist policies. I don't know how true that is. That's the example that they used. It is what it is. Throughout the pandemic, Black non-Hispanic women and Latinas were consistently more likely to be behind on their mortgage payments than white non-Hispanic men. While the share of Black non-Hispanic women and Latinas behind on their mortgage rates has come down in the spring of 2023 compared to August of 2020, they still experience great disparities in mortgage insecurity compared to white non-Hispanic men and women. So, like I said, these are the things that these types of, spiritual word and these sites, they'll put out there to try and make Black women feel empowered. But it's like, you guys need to tell the full story, because you letting them go out there into the world thinking that they're doing so well, but they're having issues. You need to tell them that. So yes, home ownership is a great thing. I own 2 homes. So, but if you're not able to pay your bill, then there's a problem, right? Lord have mercy. So, and you got, remember, like I said, I'm going to address, like I said, the 3%, because, I put it in the notes section because some people probably watching, like, where do you get that from? Oh, glad you asked. Let me show you. This is from the National Realtors Association. Once again, hold on. We're not done. Let me scoot this over. Race/ethnicity of home buyers. Look at this. White/Caucasian, 88% of all buyers. White people own 88% of the homes. Right? Hispanic and Latino, 8%. What do you know? Black people, 3%. Asian Pacific Islander, 2%. And other, 3%. Right? So, what room does the Black community have to be celebrating? In particular, Black women. If we only own 3% of the houses in the United States. Yeah, I think I seen somebody say, I thought Asians would be higher, but they represent a smaller percentage of the community, but I'm pretty sure, or the U.S. population, but I'm pretty sure if you extrapolated that out to percentage, Asians will be up there because, they, tend to lead in the income categories as well. So I'm sure that's what it means, right? Lord have mercy. And it's sad that I got to do this every time to, hey, reel people back in, but God, dog. Here we go. Now, these are the actual numbers for the household composition by race and ethnicity. So single female, 27%, single male. These are the numbers that I already reported. And as you guys can see, hold on, let me make this a little bit wider. Across every racial demographic, married couples, Black, Asian, Hispanic, and white, the majority of every group, married folks own the bulk of the homes. Right? So this is not, a feel-good conversation just to put out there that single women are owning more homes than black men, because we all know that women, in particular black women, are competing with black men. Why? If you guys are having the most issues when you buy the homes and you still make less money than black men, then wouldn't that be a good thing that black men are waiting to buy homes instead of, just going out there and getting into trouble and can't pay their mortgage? Wouldn't that be a great thing? And these are the things that black men will, not necessarily take accountability for, because I can't knock them. If they don't want to buy a home, they just won't, because they're not the most evicted. That belongs to black women. So we got to wake up, man. We definitely got to wake up in the black community. Here's some more information, and this is just for your own essay. And I'll read some of this stuff here. Using data from the 2022 Profile of Home Buyers and Sellers Report, we can look into the characteristics of recent home buyers, their reasons for purchasing, the steps they took in the home buying process, and the ways buyers finance their home purchase based on race. Among all home buyers, white/Caucasian home buyers made up the largest share at 88%. I just went over these numbers, right? So let me go. I want to point out something here. Where is it? Here it is. My bad. And if you guys want to read this report on your own, I would definitely link it in the description. But they literally highlight women and women of color so they can let you guys be known, like, hey, man, yeah, you may own more, single black women may own more homes than black men, but you guys have some issues when you do. Home ownership rates for black non-Hispanic women and Latinas in 2021 still have not recovered from the Great Recession 13 years prior. We just talked about this right here. Banks were more likely to offer women of color, particularly black women, high cost mortgage, in which their mortgage rates increased. Their mortgage interest rates were far higher than the average rate before the crash. The government's response to the financial crisis failed to protect homeowners from foreclosure, among whom women of color were overrepresented, and instead bailed out banking institutions, leaving individuals and families in economic distress. So once again, people don't read the full report. Yes, when on the surface level, it sounds good. Oh, black women owning the most homes, single black women. Great. But what's behind that? What does the actual report say? And that's where I keep saying the black women don't read when it comes to holding themselves accountable. The black community don't read as a whole. And I'm saying that shit publicly. God forgive me for saying that. But damn. I mean, Lord have mercy. Why do we do this all the time? Let me go down. Single women overall were less likely to be homeowners in 2021 compared to 2007. Single black and Latina women have consistently experienced some of the lowest rates of home ownership since 2007. And this is just putting the emphasis on who owns the most homes, so on and so forth. And there's multiple graphs out there where you guys can review for yourselves in regards to single motherhood. Let me show you this right here. Share of homeowners among single adults raising at least one child under the age of 18 on their own by selected demographics. So basically, this is simply what, who has the most issues, right? In regards to who owns the most homes or whatever from 2007 to 2021. And at the bottom right there, black non-Hispanic women at 20.3% in 2021. Let me go down. So Many women of color homeowners were more likely than white, non-Hispanic men and women to be severely cost burdened. Homeowners spending more than 30% of their pre-tax income on housing are considered to be cost burdened. And those spending more than 50% are considered to be severely cost burdened. So did you hear what I said? Severely cost burdened. That means you are taking 50% of your monthly income and is going towards your mortgage. That is severely cost burdened. And you know who leads in that category? Black women. Right? We always do the 50, 30, 20 breakdown in regards to budget. So if 50% of your income is going on your mortgage, do you think that was a good idea to purchase a home at this time when you didn't have enough money to pay for it? Lord have mercy. When homeowners are cost burdened, they have less funds for other necessities like childcare, healthcare, and food. Without these basic necessities, health outcomes are much worse. Lord have mercy. Now, share of single homeowners living alone who are severely cost burdened, selected by demographics. And this is basically showing you where, Black women rank again. The highest is Latinas at 30.8%. And then you have, think that's, what is that? The AANHPI women, 29.1%. And then you have Black women at 26.7%. It's a narrative that you see all women leading in this particular category. I wonder why. Now, share who reported being behind on their mortgage payments, selected by demographics. You see that red line right there at the top? Right there. 2020, was it 2023? April 26th to May 8th. You see who's at the top right there? That red line? You know who that represents? Make this a little bit wider. Just guess. Who do you think that red line represents? At the highest, the share who reported being behind on their mortgage payments between 2020 and 2023. Yes, it's Black women at 10.6%, right? So again, we sit there and we try to divide the Black community by making it seem like Black women are doing so well and they having issues, guys. And I mentioned that before. A lot of our women are having money issues and we try and overlook it, and Kendra G does her parts and she's like, oh, well, I got all the rich women over here. And we see all, some Black women on social media. They got, a storefront and, they making hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's, I guess she's supposed to represent all Black women, but it's an issue. And I'm not saying all Black women because there are some Black women that are doing well, but for the majority of them, they're not. And that's why you see an uptick of women saying that they want to be taken care of. They want to live this soft life. I need a man to pay my bills. Can you send me money? That's not, that's not them saying that they have these high standards. That's them looking for help because they try and pan it off like, man, I have these standards and I need a man to do this, this, and this for me. No, it's not because of standards. It's because they need the money. Jesus Christ. Lord have mercy. So, I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I got high standards. If a man ain't doing this, this, and this for me or paying a bill, no, they actually really need that bill paid. You know what I'm saying? Like if they don't pay it, then, it's kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul. So if they can get some dumbass man to come pay a light bill or, a phone bill, then that helps him out. It's not about standards. If men haven't figured this out yet. So they like to push it off as such, but it's not about that, guys. They actually need that money. So we all, could use more money than we making. But in this sense, since you got people begging, yeah, that's what it is. So, but yeah, so that was just a full breakdown of where we stand as home buyers in the Black community. 3% overall. And we want to sit there on Spiritual Word and argue amongst one another in the comment section about who earns the most homes. In the Black community, really? Y'all better wake up. Let me see here. Let me get to the super chats. Thank y'all. We got Andre Golden with the 499 super chat. He says, it is perplexing that women's choices have zero correlation with actual reality. You're definitely spitting facts. I think I read that, but I don't mind reading it again. Oh, here we go. Big money. My 2 cents with the 49.99 super chat. He said, great work, brother. I appreciate that. I'm going to have to, I was going to say I'm about to update you. Well, I will as well. So I got you because we got Blue Baggers in the building with the $50 super chat. Thank you, brother. He said the majority of women I know that own a home are house poor. If an emergency happens, broken water, heater, or furnace, they done. Yeah, man. And I don't think people understand the level of responsibility that comes with owning a home. When you rent and something breaks, you just call the maintenance man, and he'll come fix it because you don't own that damn apartment. But in your own home, if you don't have like strong home ownership insurance or you can't do it yourself, then that cost falls on you. Right? So, I mean, people better smarten up. Man, let me update this while I'm here. My bad. Who was that with the my 2 cents and Blue Baggins? My 2 cents and Blue Baggins. Give me 1 second, guys. I got to update this. My 2 cents. Blue Baggins. Give me 1 second. My bad, y'all. I got to get better, figure out a better way to make show sponsors. Let's see here, and 50. Bam. All right. There we go. Thank y'all, brothers. Appreciate that. Let me go down. Oh, we got Bella Rings in the building. Thank you, Bella Rings, for the $1.99 supers chat or sticker. No comments or questions. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Hope everything's well with you and your family. Let's see here. Andre Golden with the $5 super chat said, we let a lot of the houses we inherited go because we were too busy living our best lives. We also tend to cash out on our equity. Yeah, man. And that's the thing. That's where that generational wealth is had. Either you keep buying more homes, more property, or you let that equity build up, and then you take some of that equity and you buy another home. That's how it's supposed to work. But sometimes the Black community, we get left with these homes and they're in prime locations, cash out, and instead of building on, the amount that home is worth, we spend it on stupid stuff. And I got a special show for you guys coming up on Saturday. I actually have an expert coming on the show, and he's gonna actually break all this down. So I won't get into it, that much, but I'm gonna let him cook on Saturday. Let's see here. It says, what can I change? Became a YouTube member. Thank you, good brother. I love to see the memberships go up. Thank you. Appreciate it. So on Saturday, you will be able to come out and join the panel, man, as a member. Thank you. Andre Golden said with the $2 super chat said BBLs and girls trips don't buy themselves. It's funny. LJ with the $4.99 super chat said Nate helping them with that buying mortgage. Hey, Nate don't care, man. Hey, you know Nate's philosophy, man. You know what I'm saying? He don't care about why you asking for money. He just care what he get, what he want.
But you ain't did a doggone thing until you stand up in it.
Hey, they don't care. Let him get his. Ain't that right, LJ? Oh, man. Cutthroat Nate with the 199 Super Chat say, good man is code word for sucker. Yeah, that's what they try and say. That's funny. Thank you, brother. Leon 008 with the $5 Super Chat said, I'll eat dirty, uncooked chitlins before I buy another house in this economy. 2023 on FHA is blasphemy. My house will be $900 more a month. Shaking my head. Yeah, man. The rates is wild. And we got my guy, Jay Fleming. He just made it back to Colombia. Love to see it, man. My guy, Jason, with Jay with the $20,000 Colombian pesos. Thank you, brother, for the private jet fund. I greatly appreciate it, man. I saw your community post, brother. Have fun over there. Be safe, man. I'm looking forward to the videos. My guy. Let's see here. I'm missing these. Let me see here. BB Coward says black women are divorcing their providers and then taking their resources. So provider to women is another word for sucker. Yeah, that I talked about that. They kind of changed it, the word provider into trick. And then they actually recruited other, men who are able to provide fully for their wives. And they're doing the dirty work for them because they're trying to shame black men who are going 50-50 are just able to, provide 70% of the household expenses. They got men to actually buy into it. And that's how powerful women are, because they can convince dumbass men who do have the money to go against their fellow brothers and look down at them, even though 50-50 is normal in the United States. It's sad, man. And these men don't understand it. They think women are uplifting them because, oh, man, you see how he's able to provide for his wife? And he's like, yeah, I am better than these black men because I can provide 100%. And he's out there, talking about men who can't do that when that's normal. Everybody works, man. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to keep repeating myself on these statistics. Only about, 26% of married spouses are able to be stay-at-home wives or husbands. It's only 18% of women. And we sitting there in the black community arguing about 50-50 when everybody else is working, thriving, getting married. And we got our women and some of these dumbass men going out there trying to shame black men for not being able to provide 100% when that's normal. We are a strange-ass community, brother. It's Jesus. Zero S said, got to dip out. I'm taking my daughter to see the Harlem Globetrotters today. Peace, y'all. Salute, Double M. Oh, man, have fun, brother. I love the Globetrotters, man. Be safe. Let's see here. And we got Darren Jones with the 1999 Super Chat. He said, not only will they buy a home they can't afford as a single woman, but they will also marry and combine funds with you and have you in a house neither of you can afford. I've seen it a million times. Be careful. Yeah, man. So y'all better watch out for that. I'm gonna save most of this conversation for our expert that we have coming on Saturday. But yeah, you guys will be able to ask him whatever questions that you want. And I'm gonna post the link to the live stream after this live stream. So yeah, we got it. I got y'all covered. I definitely got y'all covered. Let's see here. E-Love said the economy is the economy. Yeah, man. See here. Train to Live said we are a strange-ass community. Facts. It's just funny, bro. I'm sorry. I don't even know which way to put it. It's like a Black Mirror episode. It's like, man, how y'all ignoring all the stuff that's going around you, but we all here, but we still do it better. We still doing this. We still doing that. Jesus. Man, we had some of our women. What was that lady for the Beyonce concert? That woman lost her job because she wanted to go to the Beyonce concert and they wouldn't give her time off. Is that a smart financial decision? And it's funny. It's another woman that's going viral on TikTok, or she went viral last week, where this woman flew to Japan with no funds in her pocket, right? Flew to Japan, found out that Japan was expensive. So instead of coming home, she decided to fly to Thailand with no money. And now she's literally homeless on the streets of Thailand. I mean, she may have found some work, but the premise of her video was, I'm homeless in Thailand. And the people was in the comments saying, hey, why you didn't fly home? And she was like, well, that's what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do that. Is that a smart decision? And then there was another woman, just recently, she had like 3 kids. And I think she quit her job. And I believe she moved to Houston with no money in her pocket because she wanted to be a content creator. She wanted to be a full-time content creator. So she uprooted herself and her kids, moved to Houston. And I may be wrong on that, but no money in her pocket. And now she's homeless, living in homeless shelters. Is that smart? Oh my God. Yeah, that's what I think. I seen that West Side, and then she doing hair in Thailand. But yeah, man, just oh Lord have mercy. I don't know what else to say, man. God, dog. Jeremy Josias with the 1999 super chat. Thank you, brother. Said, what's up, media man? Is real estate a good investment in the economy we got right now? And do you have any tips on the best way to get into it, brother? Well, I'm not an expert. I just, I do very well on my own because I'm retired military. I get some of the best rates. I'm not bragging, but yeah. So next on Saturday, I have an expert coming up, a true real estate expert, and you can ask all the questions that you want. And I'm actually going to star this so he can answer these questions for himself. Thank you, brother. Let's see here. And we got, Keita Turner. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it. Good to see you. Let's see here. We just had a number. Okay, number. Remember, what can I change? I think I got you already, brother. Or you got another one. Thank you. You got, said, what can I change? Said with the 499 super chat, said, sorry, you seeing me twice in membership. Use my backup account on accident. Oh, you good, brother. Thank you, man. See your undisclosed username, $5 super chat, said late to the party. So I'll only comment my support for the platform and hit the replay. Keep up the great work. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Our sister, not sure. Yeah, see here, the way of Yomi says, if a woman doesn't want to go 50-50, remove her. She's saying she doesn't value anything else you bring to the table, like leadership, guidance, or masculine role. Yeah, man. And I've said this before. I mean, we just have to understand how the world actually is and not how it should be. I wish there were more women that understood that point that you mentioned, way of Yomi, but that money provides leverage. Money provides options. And in order for men to get the results that they want, you have to earn a specific amount of money that's comfortable to you and the woman that you're trying to marry. That's what it boils down to. It's not actually a dollar amount like you saying that, hey, I got to earn $200,000 in order to get the woman that, are on social media, are the women that are saying these outlandish narratives about 50-50 and how they're not willing to do it. You just have to earn a substantial amount of money in your state that you're living in, and/or city, to where you can compete. And then you can go out and find the woman that you want. It may be tough in the States. I get it. But yeah, we're going to definitely discuss all this stuff on Saturday. I got you. Let's see here. Westside Ninja said, yeah, VA loans are the truth. Yeah, man, and it's, I mean, a blessing. I mean, I definitely did put my life on the line to get these damn privileges, but yeah, it definitely works out. It kind of changed my life. So Seminole 2014 said, I need a deployment so I can qualify for my VA. Yeah, man. And then we got Charles Irby. Black women are very selfish. And it's honestly, I would say it's women in general. especially in today's climate. Modern women, I mean, yeah, they selfish. They do what's best for them, and men are told to do what's right, you know? So, I mean, it is what it is, man. We just got to understand it for, you know, how the world is, you know? But since we're on the topic of telling good black men to, I guess, do something about the black men that are causing the most issues, one narrative that black men have always understood is that no type of man is disqualified from a black woman's dating pool. Is that fair to say? Excuse me. If there was a particular standard across the board where black women would come together and they would say, hey, ladies, we're not going to date and or marry men who are in jail, men who don't have their stuff together. We're not going to have sex with them. Our standards are higher than that. Then I think men will be okay with that. And then we would have something to argue. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the case in the black community. Nothing disqualifies a man from black women. So if I say, black women, you shouldn't be having sex and or children with this man who doesn't have a job. He's been in and out of jail. He has multiple baby mamas. That's not in your best interest to do that. Do you think they will listen to me? No, because if he's over 6 feet and he's attractive, then it's a go. Right? So, I mean, at that point, if you're asking good black men to do what you know, hey, take care of these men. Why? They get the same privileges as good men. So, I mean, I don't know what you want us to do. And here's a perfect example. You guys know who Amanda Seales is. And this is before we get into this video, let me acknowledge the fact that I'm not trying to degrade Lil Scrappy. Yeah, the rapper, Lil Scrappy. Turned social media, you know, love and hip hop, whatever, guy. I'm not trying to say that this dude is a pookie, but what I will say is this: Amanda Seales and Lil Scrappy seems like a weird match based off of the way Amanda Seales talks about black men and how her standards are up here. And black men need to do better. But from, you know, the optics of the situation, Lil Scrappy, he presents himself, like he said multiple times, from the hood. You know, I used to do this, I used to do that. So how did he get a chance at highfalutin Amanda Seales? Let's hear it.
I dated a long time ago that Bam just went and did an interview with and didn't even know it.
Who?
Amanda Seales. Amanda Seales, she always stand up for the women. But I wonder, did she tell Bam that she her ex-husband? because she let a lot of stuff out. She support the women. Amanda support the women. I support Amanda. No, I ain't gonna lie to you. I support Amanda because she stand on a lot of facts that as black people, we gotta stand on.
Agreed.
I support Amanda. But I wonder when Amanda was sitting there taking my ex-baby mama truth, did she sit and have that conversation with her and say, oh, I with him before?
Do you know that?
So basically, what happened is Amanda Seales and Lil Scrappy used to deal with one another. And this came out after Amanda Seales had, I guess, Lil Scrappy's ex on her show. And I'm going to show you some of the comments. I know hold on, let me make sure I got a couple of them. I got one that was very important. I'm going to link some things together for you guys. But yeah, he was just basically saying that, yeah, I used to have sex with Amanda Seales. And who would have thought? Black women were up in arms in the comment section. This can't be true. He lying on Amanda Seales. She don't look like the type that would deal with Lil Scrappy. You think? Let's hear it.
Tell that she sit and have that conversation with her and say, oh, I with him before.
Do you know that I used to scrap?
No. I did not.
You know,
Let's go back.
No.
Sit and have that conversation with her and say, oh, I with him before.
do you know that I used to scrap?
No. I did not.
You know,
All right. There you go. So she just admitted it. And again, I'm not trying to degrade Lil Scrappy, but it just seems like these two don't match. But in the black community, none of that stuff matters. So no matter if a black man is good or if he's quote unquote bad, none of that disqualifies a man from having sex with a woman who has these quote unquote standards way up here. So this is where black women need to take accountability, right? This has nothing to do with black men. We cannot control who you are attracted to and who you're aroused by. So she admitted it. And this is her response, a little response that she had. And she wanted people to go to her, I guess, to her page to watch the full video. I'm not doing all that. But here we go.
I spend every day using my platforms for the purpose of empowerment and upliftment, information sharing, community building. So I'm over here minding my business, and my name floats over to me.
Let me shout out somebody that I dated a long time ago that Bam just went and did an interview with and didn't even know it.
Who?
Amanda Seals. Amanda Seals, she always stand up for the women. But I wonder, did she tell Bam that she her ex-husband?
Let's discuss. So when this former rapper, now reality show
So she's trying to degrade him now, right? You know what I'm saying? After you already been in them guts.
cast member threw my name out in a podcast, I thought to myself, is this something I even want to address? I am Amanda Seals. I always address things.
So basically she wanted people to go watch the full, video that she was talking about or whatever. But listen to what she says. Hold on one second. This is funny. Here we go.
Do not reflect your emotional unintellectualism and insecurity onto me and Bambi.
So she tried to blame him by saying all these, whatever she said. It's irrelevant to this point. But, bottom line is Scrappy used to dig and stick in Amanda Seals, and it came out after he told the truth. And it was funny that in the comment section, women was like, man, why he telling all their business? Why he talking? This is something that women do all the time on social media. But now all of a sudden when a man says something, it's a problem because they think so highly of Amanda Seals and they swear that she would never mess with a guy who is a rapper, right? Or a guy of Lil Scrappy stature. She would never mess with that guy. But she actually admitted to it. Nothing disqualifies a man for our women. Nothing. Not even the cons. And let me show you something real quick. And this was something that I did not expect to link together. And I wish Ileana Murray was here. That's one of my long-term followers. She always sends me videos of this doctor that we're about to talk about right here. Let me show y'all something real quick. This is what she said under the post. This was funny. This is Dr. Cristal Jordan, right? And you guys, you probably remember that name, and I'm going to show you why. She said, it's always the super intelligent girls with, and she was basically saying, it's always the intelligent women who mess with the thugs. And then a lawyer right behind her said, because they be telling us we have to give everybody a chance. Basically what she's saying is, I guess the black community tells black women that don't block your blessing, with a hood dude. So we just have to try and give all of these hood guys a chance because that may be our husband. That's not true. That's not true at all. They make the decision for themselves. Nobody is sitting there telling black women to date a particular guy. And if we were, who would they listen? Come on, man. Right? It's always someone. Yeah. Look. What's it? GC? It's always someone else's fault. Yeah, man. No one forced her. Good gracious. No accountability. And she laughed and she said, you better know what to say, sis. So it's cool. But yeah. But the funny thing is, Dr. Cristal Jordan, let me show you why I knew her name. It's because we actually reviewed her video a while back. If you guys will remember, in August, I actually read this book. This is Dr. Cristal Jordan's video, or book, my bad, called Dear Alpha Female. It's not him, it's you. And she actually just did an interview with your favorite Ebony K. Williams on the Griot about this book that she wrote. And we actually reviewed this in August. So I was shocked to see her name, and a lot of women didn't understand where she was coming from, because this book is basically telling Black women to take accountability for their choices. So for her to comment that, she was basically saying, I have knowledge of this to where I know that Black women tend to pick guys who are hoodish or less than, because there are no standards, right? So that was very funny to me that Dr. Jordan commented on that. So yeah, go back. I think it was the live stream in August, around August 11th, August 12th, where we reviewed this book. Some pieces of it, right? So yeah, man, I've been in the streets, man. I'd rather read than listen to panel shows. So and then I present the information to you guys. Oh my goodness. So yeah, so that's another example. Y'all sitting there telling good Black men to, do something about the small percentage of Black Black men that's doing bad. Why? That's not gonna stop y'all from having sex with them. It's been countless pictures of inmates that have went viral in the Black community where, and I got a crazy ass video that let me read these super chats and we're gonna get to it. Hold on, I gotta show y'all something. Where we go? Let me see here. Okay, we got Keita Turner with the $10 super chat. Thank you. She says he or she, I'm not sure. Let me know. My brother is at $500,000 a year. He meets many women making $100,000 to $300,000 a year. About 80% are financially underwater. Lord have mercy. They're actively trying to get men to pay their bills. You are right. Yeah, and I mean, and thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, I read the reports every quarter, about the Black community and who's struggling, who needs the most help. Yeah, and I see that all the time, because the women who tend to make the most money, oh man, I wish I would have downloaded these videos. There's a trend on TikTok where there are women sharing their monthly expenses. Have you guys seen this? Even if they're single or married, and they'll have a breakdown of what they spend their money on. And there are literally women who make $300,000 a year, and they are struggling. They are in debt. It was one woman on there. She had like maybe 4 or 5 credit cards, and she had an Affirm account. She bought a couch and all this type of stuff. It was wild, man. And I'm sitting there looking like, and I mean, we do well. And if I gave you a cross breakdown of my monthly expenses that I'm required to pay, you'd be like, damn, like this dude is he's doing amazing. Because I was, the military taught me. So yeah, we do very well. So let's see here. KMS with the $40 super chat said, why are Black women asking good Black men for answers? As a good Black woman, I don't know, nor do I care. I'll give them this riddle. I overheard my grandmother say, if Black women were effing astronauts exclusively, there'd be N-words in space. Lord have mercy. Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. That is, sheesh. That's a harsh reality. Lord have mercy. Thank you, KMS. Mr. Donnie Mac, what's going on, brother? The $5 super chat, he says, bad girls ain't no good, and the good girls ain't no fun, and the hood girls want a smart N-word, college girls all want a thug. Yeah, that's one of my favorite lines. I was like, man, that sounds familiar. You right, man. Jesus. Fitness information, they spend $500 a month on car payments. That's crazy. Oh, the average car payment in the United States is about $584 a month. Yeah, TikTok can be toxic. I'll give him that, but you can learn a lot. And I've learned a lot about people and their car payments, especially from people who work in the car dealership industry. They have the highest payments. It was one dude that I think I showed you guys. His car payment was like $2,700 a month because he owned a Lamborghini and he worked at a Mercedes-Benz dealership. And there were people on there that were routinely paying $1,000 a month for a car payment. That's like rent. I'm like, damn. And we look at this stuff and it's like, man, it's really people out there that's paying that much for a car a month. Like, Lord. IQS, what's going on, brother? With $10 super chat said, Media Man, be advised, there's a scammer on Cash App that's posing to be you. They use Media Man WC instead of Media Man Live name. Just FYI. Really? I guess I made it. Do I need to do something? What I need to do? Hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah, you sent me a $10 Cash App. Thank you, IQS. Yeah, it's somebody that's just trolling me. Me? Oh, that's funny. Thank you, man. I'm gonna have to look out for that. Yeah, I seen. You know what's funny? So what's gonna happen is, because y'all, if you know my content, I don't comment on spaces, like that. I don't go to people's platforms to try and bomb their chat to give truth and facts and things of that nature. That's what I have a platform for, right? The only people that I comment on are the people that I follow and the people that I believe in their content. You'll see me on like Bella Rings. I'll go over there. I'll go on Mona D, Theo Coop, just slide some bread here and there. You know what I'm saying? And people like that, Jay Fleming. But yeah, somebody's gonna use my name and they're gonna say something crazy to one of these content creators, and they gonna go off on me, and then somebody gonna send it to me. Hey man, did you see what such and such had to say about you? And I'm like, what happened? They're like, man, you commented under there and you said this. I'm like, brother, that's not me. So be prepared for that. One of these content creators is gonna fall for the bait. If the person that's impersonating me, they're gonna use my name to say something out of pocket, and then they're gonna respond to me. The content creator is gonna respond to me negatively, as if they, now they don't like me because I said something crazy, but it's not me. So, so I get it if this happens in advance. If you want to sit there and say, hey man, F Media Man, he looked like, whatever, and, with his damn glasses on and this tie. And then I come back and be like, hey brother, hey sister, that wasn't me. I forgive you in advance. You said, so you could go off on your boy. It is what it is. So yeah, so just putting it out there for anybody who's watching. Be on the lookout. Thank you, IQS. Let's see here. My 2 cents with the $49.99 super chat. Thank you, brother. Said, oh Lord, they will be squaring me up any kind of excuse. If I was blindfolded listening in on all the excuses they pull out of their rump, you'd think it was a child trying to get out of a whooping, but it was the Cookie Monster that did it. Yeah, they don't take accountability. Everything but, like, man, you can't help what Amanda Sales is attracted to. Like, you trying to make up shit? Goodness gracious. Hold on. Okay. Let's see here. IQ has said that's the new thing now. Remember when that dude came in to mimic Salty Balls? We hurried up and got them out of the paint. Yeah, man. I just want to be clear. It's not me. That's not my stilo. I don't do that. So I don't go people's platform. Man, F you. Like, no, it's not me. Say, let's see here. IQ has said this is why I'm looking into copywriting my name. I can't have copycats out here ruining my good name. Yeah, you're right, man. And I'm actually going to start that because that's actually on my radar, because I have my, the dating show that I created. And let me, I have a dating show that I created. I copyrighted that. So I have to finish. I'm waiting on the copyright to come through with Media Man. I already put that on there. So I just got to check the status. So thank you for that. Thank you for reminding me. And let me give a shout out to Sean G. He actually responded and he said, Media Man, thanks for the acknowledgement on the live show. Everything you said made sense. And I let the negative talk get the best of me. Keep doing the positive work, and black men got your back. He said, P.S. Thanks for getting me back. Level set. Yeah, man. And like I said, it's not nothing against you. And you are what you told me, man, in the email. I definitely understand, brother. Sometimes that shit can get frustrating. Like when you sent me the name of the the show, and I watched maybe a minute of it, and I was like, nah, can't do it, because I literally was in the process of booking my tea time for tomorrow to go golf. And when I pulled this up, it just put me in a bad life. And if we have any golfers in this space, you know what that does to your soul, man. Just being out in the elements, you know what I'm saying, with your group of people, and you get to, be humbled by, the 14th hole or something like that, because golf is a very humbling sport. You having a couple drinks. It's just an all around great time, man. And I was in a great space. I was at work, and I'm sitting there listening to a seminar, and I'm booking my, my tea time, and you sent me that, and I turned it on, and I was like, oh, hell no. I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Jesus. But yeah, I definitely understand, brother. I do. I swear I do. E-Love said, Media Man is like a statistician. Being mad at him is just being mad at yourself. Yeah, and like I said, it's not my statistics. And people like, man, yeah, I get it. I may look deeper, and I may, I guess break down the information to where it's palatable. But seriously, man, like the only reason why I started to do this is because I saw so many conversations without using the actual statistics. It was just based off of opinion or what they see anecdotally. And that bothered me. That would cause me so much anxiety and stress when I would watch these shows. And I'd be like, well, why don't y'all just pull up the facts? And they never would. They would just talk. I'm like, but it's Jesus. Oh my goodness. It was what IQ has said. I'll book a consultation with you to learn how you went through the trademark and copyright step by step. Yeah, matter of fact, since I got my email up, copyrights. Let me show. Hold on, I'll put it on the screen here real quick. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Field. All right. So here we go. So this is back in June 2023. You guys can see that. That's all the copyright traffic. It's just basically saying your trademark application for Media Man Presents Playing the Field filed June 9th is pending before U.S. Patent Trademark Office. So I'm still in there. So I got to look at the things. So yeah, man, we definitely get up IQS, and I'll show you the whole process. So let's see here. KMS said, I want to correct my typo in my super chat that I am not a black woman. Okay. That's you wild boy. Thank you. Dude for Fairfax said they will not pull up a fact that doesn't line up with the narrative they want out there. And yeah, like I said, and that's why I felt that it was unfair to have a conversation where I'm trying to lead black men into being accountable for certain things and where we need to improve. It's an unfair conversation, because if you tell black men like, hey man, this is where we need to improve, this is where we're failing. I've done multiple videos about heart disease. I'm going to do one about cancer and prostate cancer. I tell black men, this is where we stand. This is where we need to improve. They're like, hey man, I may not like to hear that, but it's true. And I'm going to go ahead and do what I need to do to fix it. But if we do that with black women, it's a problem. So it's an unfair conversation. So I can't sit there and have them listening to me holding black men accountable, and they're not able, they're unable to take accountability on their end. And that's why I feel bad about these spaces, because men are more, I guess, we are more accepting of where we, fall short, but our women aren't. And that's what makes it unfair. And that's why you see a lot of people, they have these, they have cognitive dissonance in regards to the topics. They'll say, you see all these black men bashing black women. And then you'll say, well, what are y'all watching? Do you see all of these black women that are talking mess about black men? How are you missing this stuff? They're not missing it. They just don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want to acknowledge it. And they don't want to put it to the forefront. So they'll focus on the small minority of black men that may be saying some crazy stuff about black women. And they'll just dismiss all of the foolery that these black women are saying about black men. And I'm like, that's the problem. So it's all bad, man. So I understand, I definitely understand. It's tough. But let's get into this next video. This was one of the craziest things that I've ever heard on social media. I did not know black women was doing this with prisoners. He's like, what are they doing? Listen.
Visit me in prison until you sent me at least $2,500. Like, that was like the hurdle. Like, if you thought, like, you got to pay how you weigh. You got to pay how you weigh.
$2,500
me until $2,500 was clear.
A nigga in prison.
Yes. Because this is the thing. This is what you're paying for.
I thought I heard it all.
You want me?
So if y'all missed it, this brother is saying he used to charge black women $2,500 to visit him while he was in prison. How? How does that happen? Ladies, and the good women out there, my goodness, can y'all talk to your sisters? Can y'all? They're not going to listen to us. They not. And can y'all talk to them? Jesus. Okay, let's continue.
I give it to you up here. Yeah, we got time to fucking day. So first and foremost, it was $2,500 just for them to even be able to see me in person. That's gonna cost you. Because I know for
it costs more to see you than Usher.
Because I knew for a fact that I was providing things that they were not getting. See, what you have to understand about the world and why I was able to navigate it like that. First of all, I look away. Second of all, I'm intelligent. Third, my conversation is fucking world spending, right? And on top of that, I can give you something that they're not going to give you out in the world. I can really give you time and attention. So first of all, you got to pay me to listen to your problems.
Paying for the experience.
You have to pay me to act like I'm concerned. And that's what I am.
Okay. I don't know what they expect good black men to do about this. I don't. Yeah, it's look, Smitty. It's not his fault. I mean, I can't even believe I'm having this conversation. God, dog. A prisoner is charging women $2,500 to visit him while he's in prison. Lord. And you are right, Mr. Donnie Mac. Time and attention. Women fall in love with words. This brother's selling that damn dream. And you see that on, the women who are like CEOs and stuff like that. They say these guys don't have nothing but time to try and manipulate the women. And if he got that, mouthpiece, pause, he could say what they want to hear. God, dog. Yeah, Seminole, hey, he ain't got nothing else but time. Yeah. So he can sit there and think up whatever he need to think up. So let me get some of these real quick. Scuba Gooden Jr., cold name again. $5 Super Chat said, not only do they not want to acknowledge it, they agree. Yeah, man, I don't know what to do. HVAC Man 23 with the $10 super chat said, "This is why I'm going on a trip to South Florida before I hop on the plane next year for Germany. Get some experience first. Going on 26. It's time to start living and traveling, brother. If you ain't ever heard me talk about Germany, that's my top 3, one of my top 3 countries, and I'll be there very shortly. So I go to Germany every year. So I got friends out there. You know what I'm saying? We gonna visit Germany, have a great time. I love Germany. I've been all over that country. So I spent my 35th birthday in Berlin. I think I spent about a week out there. Oh, Lord. Y'all don't know. So, yeah, good. Have fun. I know you will. So, Lamar White said, medium men lost words. It's hard to believe. And we're not dripping. Yeah, man, I'm sorry, brother. I can't. I don't know how to explain it. I'm trying to fathom. But look at this woman. Look at her. Hold on. Wait. Here we go. Listen. Wait, let me read this. It says, my man in jail always reminded me at the end of our call not to play with him. Me explaining to him I don't. Okay, so she's happy. She's showing pictures of the brother. And like I said, and I know, guys, in the lead-in, I showed you the video where 53% of exonerations were black men. I understand that there may be some men in the prison system that are innocent. I get that. But, I mean, come on, man. Like, we can't keep doing we can't keep saying, well, there's some good men in prison. Like, brother, the majority of black men and men in general are free. Upwards of 96%, 96, 98% of black men and women are free. And y'all can't find a man out here? And I forgot who said it last live stream. They were saying that, yes, a level of control because, a man in prison, he can't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna be there. And I get it, but God, dog, and I'm only addressing this because the narrative is that the good black men need to check the quote unquote bad black men. No, because nothing changes. So let's continue. Listen, look at this. So if y'all didn't read that, let me go back. It says them. You still married to that man with 1,000 years? Listen.
All I'm going to say, click on that link at the top of her page. Do a web search on his name. Bruh, ain't no way.
So, what do you think a man has to do to get sentenced to 1,000 years in prison? What do y'all think he did to get sentenced 1,000 years in prison? And that woman, that black woman, is celebrating the fact that she's with him. What do y'all think? Yeah, damn near everything in the book that you can think of that's a heinous crime. That's what he did. And she's with him. Right? Everything. Violent, non-violent, whatever he had to do. Repeat offender. The brother did everything. And she's happy to come on TikTok and express to the world that she's still with the guy. Right? So, is you asking good black men to help this? Please. Let's see here. HVAC Man 23, $5 super chat says, when you going to Germany, I need to make some changes in the plan. Average Man Unplugged says he's going in September. Oh, man. Oh, that's good. I like Average Man Unplugged, man. I'll be there. We'll talk offline. I'll reach out to you. Yeah, man, I'm going to definitely be out there. Like I said, I visit every year because, like I said, one of my brothers, military, we consider our close friends, brothers. So one of my brothers lives out there. So I'm going to definitely be out there. So, yeah, all that. Supreme 10, all that. So Yeah, Reese. Hey, yeah, that man took on Lucifer himself. Yeah, all that. It's Jesus, and she's happy. And we supposed to, good black men supposed to, deal with this foolery. Like, come on, man. But this conversation is pretty much stemmed from an old video that I did, and I'm going to show you a quick video of Dr. Umar where I was wondering why the black community didn't break this stance down. Listen to this is what Dr. Umar said on Daily Wrap-Up Crew. Shout out to Daily Wrap-Up Crew. I think, if I'm not mistaken, one of their members, he actually got shot. Yeah, in New York or New Jersey or something like that. Maybe the young man named Jew. And I just, want to send well wishes to him and his family. Make sure that he all right, man. So head over to the Daily Wrap-Up Crew and support those brothers. But this Dr. Umar interview went viral, and black women was championing Dr. Umar for saying the things that he said. And listen to what he said.
You who disappointed her. So what I'm saying is, black men, we got to be patient with our women because we created that personality. We created that, and then we want to act like we didn't play a role.
We have to be held accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable. No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection. See, what you're saying, you're selecting a poor mate. And what I'm saying is they don't have much to select one, so of course you're going to end up with a poor mate. And why is she going to end up with a poor mate? Because we as black men are not raising black boys to be the men that our women need.
So it's so many false narratives that he put in that really quick video clip, man. So basically what Dr. Umar is saying that it's black men's fault that there are bad black men in our society. And it's also our fault that black women are choosing said black men in that society, in our community, right? So he completely missed the fact that the majority of black men have never been to jail. The majority of black men are free. The majority of black men are doing what they need to do in the society, right? But for some odd reason, they get overlooked for the minority of black men who are causing the most issues. And Dr. Umar was basically telling those young brothers that it's your responsibility because we have a poor selection of those men, that small pool of men that black women are deciding to choose. And also the, black men not being fathers. We've already debunked this multiple times, right? But this is how you virtue signal to black women in our community. You hit the main talking points. Black men not being up to par. They don't have a good selection. Black men are piss poor fathers. All these narratives have been debunked, right? And I've already talked about the single mother prison system pipeline, right? Talked about that multiple times. If you guys don't remember this, hold on, let me show you something real quick. Let's go back. And this was in response to the white man that was trying to pander to black women by saying they weren't responsible for the majority of men that are in prison. You guys remember this? Let me remove this real quick. So you remember this report? I'll show you where it's from. All right. So this is what, let me remove myself. That white man that was trying to pander to black women, he put out there by trying to basically say that single mothers weren't responsible for the majority of men that are serving time in prison, federal prison. But as you can see here, you know me, I'm going to do my research to make sure everything is said correctly. Percentage of all prisoners in the United States federal prisons, federal prisoners and state prisoners by family background growing up in 2016. This was actually the report that he used, the white man. And it just basically says, live most of the time with. Both parents was at, let's see here, 35%, 35.5%. One parent was 46.8%. That's both mother and father. And then when you look here, I have it highlighted, mother, 41.1% as opposed to father, 5.2%. So percentage of all prisoners in the United States, the majority of them were raised in single mother households. Already debunked that. And there it is, pointed out right there. I was just pointing out the 41.1%, which leads the category. And it said if you add the 35.5% of prisoners who live with both parents and 5.2% of father-only households, that comes out to 40.7%. And then if you add the 41.1% of single mother households and 35.5% of prisoners who grew up in two-parent households, children that grew up with mothers have a 76.6% chance of going to prison or being in prison, which is 35.9% different from mothers and fathers, right? So we've already debunked all this stuff, right, guys? And in the Black community, 46% of our children live in single mother households, 42% live in both parent households, and about 5 to 5.5% of children live in father-only households. So that basically tells you that the majority of Black men who are currently serving time in prison came from single mother households. So we know where the issue is. And also, we've already debunked the narrative that when Black men and men in general have full custody of their children, they tend to do better on the level of two-parent households. Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that when kids are raised in a father-only household, father has primary custody, their numbers are similar to almost necessarily exceeding dual-parent households? And single fathers make more money. They make more money when they're taking care of their kids full time. So we already know the issue. And this goes back to Sean G's point where he sent me that live stream the video of that panel. The information is out there. It's no argument. I'm not going to sit there and argue with people when you can actually see the truth right there. And there were some other things brought up where they were saying like, if Black men are the most involved, then why do Black men lead in the deletion category? As if to say that the deleters can't come from that small percentage of men that Black women are raising, men and boys that Black women are raising. What? I don't understand the logic in some of these arguments. Yes, it is true that Black men are the most involved. However, that has nothing to do with how Black women are raising these boys and these men. So yes, it can be true, which it is true, that a small percentage of deleters can delete a large population of people. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be out of 100 men, it doesn't have to be 75% of deleters deleting 75% of the people. It could literally be 5% of the deleters deleting 75% of the people. This is common sense. How we don't get this in the Black community? Like, I don't understand. It's like, well, if Black men are involved, then why we got these deleters? Do you really think that they can't come from this small percentage of men as we see in the federal prison statistics? I promise you, I don't understand Lord, I don't understand the logic, bro. I don't. Oh. My man, Prince Paxton, showing up. What's going on, brother, with the $49.99 super chat? Said, I had to stop by and support. Keep pushing forward. To all my brothers out there, yeah, man, you've always been a heavy contributor, brother, and I greatly appreciate you stopping by, man. Damn. Y'all boys support me. Appreciate it. I hope all is well with you and your family, Prince. HVAC man, he said, with the $10 super chat, said, hence earlier why I'm going to South Florida to get some social experience and then use the passport. I'm done with Black men like Dr. Umar, sent Fubar Johnson and his queens. Did Big Shirley get him Atlanta? Yeah, I seen some woman rush the stage trying to rumble with Dr. Umar. Oh man. Let's see here. William Livingston with the $2 super chat. Thank you, brother. Said Umar, please stop talking. Yeah, man, it's just crazy. And I did this for a reason. I want to review this this video that I did about this just to put things into perspective, because the whole topic around this conversation today is people saying that the good Black men need to do something about the bad black men that are causing all the issues. And my stance is I'm not doing shit. Nothing. I'm going to take care of the people that I'm responsible for. And until black women decide to stop dealing with these men and procreating with these guys that are causing all the issues, don't come over here asking good black men to come help you or come save you because your pussy on fire and you attracted to these guys. And now you asking us for help after you'd already had multiple children by these brothers. Yes. And of course, I know people is like, man, how do you know that's true? Before we get into this video, you know, there's studies on this, particularly for black women. You see this here? I'm going to go ahead and put this link in the description or in the comment section. Basically says partner incarceration and African American women's sexual relationship and risk. A longitudinal qualitative study. Yes, they do studies on this. This was from 2015, 2016. You guys can go read it for yourselves. It basically catalogs how black women are getting all these sexually transmitted infections, sexually transmitted diseases from dealing with prisoners. Yeah. So, black women, you asking black men to do something and y'all sitting there going to the prisons and get... I don't even know why I'm addressing this. We know the issue. We know the issue. So y'all can go ahead and do the research for yourself. It's right here. Abstract is the racialized mass incarceration. Hold on. Associated with racial/ethnic disparities in HIV and other sexually transmitted infections in the U.S. The purpose of this longitudinal qualitative study was to learn about the processes through which partner incarceration affects African American women's sexual risk. Lord have mercy. And what they did is 4 waves of in-depth qualitative interviews were conducted in 2010, 2011 with 30 women in Atlanta, Georgia, who had recently incarcerated partners. Jesus Christ. And you see women complaining about Atlanta on social media all the time. How many times you see women complaining about dudes in Atlanta? But y'all sitting there contracting sexually transmitted infections, HIV, from men in prison. Y'all are literally picking these guys. Mother, man, almost cussed. So yeah, so of course I did the research. It's sad, man. Jesus. And that goes back to my point about putting the HIV statistics out there on the community post. You know, the highest groups in the black community is homosexual black men and black women, straight black women. So you can come to the conclusion on your own. Why aren't straight black men leading in the HIV numbers? Why aren't they up there? Why aren't they number 1 or number 2? Because of the fact, coming to your own conclusion, this is not a fact, just my theory, that a lot of our women are having sex with the same men, and they're also going to the prisons, as the study says, to go have sex with men who already have those diseases. So that's why you see the difference between heterosexual black men and heterosexual black women. It shouldn't be that straight black women are second in regards to HIV numbers. You know, it shouldn't be that. It's out there. So, Lord have mercy. The information is out there, and you guys want me to argue with folks on panels. I'm like, bro, why? The conversation will be summed up very shortly. Jesus. So let's review some of my old video that I did in response to that Dr. Umar clip before we get up out of here. Here we go. Let me show y'all real quick. Here we go.
Held accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable. No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection.
So basically, you would go and write a prisoner. You would scroll all the way down to where it says view all pen pal profiles. You would click that. You would scroll down. Then you could put in all of what you would like. And then once you do that, you press search and you'll scroll down and you'll see prisoners. You'll click one and then you'll scroll down and where it says institutional email, that'll be where you contact them at. And then at the top next to their name, there has their number, and that's what you would use to type in to like write them. And that's really about it. It's really simple.
You're saying you're selecting a poor mate. And what I'm saying is they don't have much to select one, so of course you're going to end up with a poor mate.
This is the shit I'm talking about, and it ain't even her. It's the people in the comments. I saw comments in there talking about this is my sign. No, it's not. Stop having babies out of your selfish wants. Why would you knowingly traumatize a child by having a child with a man that's actively incarcerated?
If she's picking Pookie and Ray Ray instead of
you're making her a scapegoat.
No, she's picking a scapegoat.
Why is there even a Pookie in the selection? If we never allow Pookie to develop, she would not have a Pookie.
So, and that's the main point, and nobody stopped to think about what Dr. Umar just said. Why do they even have a Pookie in the selection? Do you really think that any community is all going to be saints? All going to be angels and do everything right? No. And this goes back to the point of seeing the world as it is and not how it should be. There will always be the dregs of society, the dregs of a community. Always. There is nothing that you can do about that. Now, if it gets to a point where it's 50% of a population that's causing the most issues, yes, that's a problem. But if we know that there's only a small percentage of men that are committing all the crimes and reoffending, how is that all black men's fault? Do y'all understand? And nobody in the black community of prominence listened to what he was saying and said something publicly. Like, what are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. Lord have mercy. Let's continue. Dr. Umar was, I guess it's our fault because he said that there shouldn't be any Pookies and Ray Rays to choose from. Brother, they going straight to the prison to find them. Sean and Scott, I worked in the prison for 6 years. And yes, they pay bills. You just got to find the right one. It's a lot of frauds in there. She said there's a lot of frauds in prison. You think? Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, I know y'all remember that video, man. I was dying. I'm still rolling. That woman said there's a lot of frauds in prison. Yeah, sister. Hey, you may be right. You may be on to something, sister. HVAC man with the $5 super chat said, let Umar Fubar Johnson clean this mess up. Passport's men time to eject. I was very disappointed with those crew guys. No pushback at all. Well, I just think they weren't, fully prepared. But when you interview a guy like Dr. Umar, you have to have some. There has to be a level of regulation. Somebody needs to moderate the conversation because he's going to talk loud and make the particular points to make black women feel good, and that will derail the conversation. Because if you look in the comment section, it's good to see a black man uplifting black women because he has no accountability on black women's end, right? So I just wanted to let you guys know that I've already addressed all of these things in regards to the prison system and how low the numbers are. So I felt that it wasn't necessary to go back over those again If you want to watch the videos, I will definitely repost them. But yeah, and there it is. Yeah, Skinny Boy said he talks over everybody. Yeah, and I can't do an interview like that. You know what I'm saying? A debate, not at all. So, but yeah, but let's go to, because like I said, the narrative is that, you know, good black men need to do something about the men causing the most issues. But I don't think people talk about the intimate partner violence statistics. I haven't seen anybody really touch on that, because a large contingent of these women that are having issues with these men are ended up deleted is from the men that they actually choose. And this is not just simply relegated to black women. It's also relegated to black men. Do y'all know the IPV statistics for black men and black women? Let me show you. And again, like I said, before I go to these stats, let me just say this. Any violence against any partner is wrong. If it's one, that's too many. So basically, all I'm doing here is just reviewing the statistics, just to show the black community that this is an issue across the board in our society. Not just black women, black men as well. We deal with it too. Let me show you. So, and this is from the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence in the black community. So the definition is, what is domestic violence? DV is the willful intimidation, physical assault, battery, sexual SA, and other abusive behavior as part of a systematic pattern of power and control perpetrated by one intimate partner against another. It includes physical violence, sexual SV, threats, and emotional abuse. The frequency and severity of domestic violence can vary dramatically. So context is due to systemic racism, racist policies, and racist societal structures. Both black women and black men experience intimate partner violence at a disproportionately higher rate. That was the point that I wanted to make. You see this? Statistics say that 45.1% of black women and 40.1% of black men have experienced intimate partner violence, or intimate partner physical violence, intimate partner SV violence, or SV, and or intimate partner stalking in their lifetimes. So the way the black community likes to paint it is that black women are the only ones that's suffering from this issue. It's absolutely not true. 40.1% of black men experience the same thing, as opposed to 45% of black women. So do you think these conversations needs to be focused on just black men alone, or black women as well? All right, let's continue. Now, 31.8% of black women and 16.8% of black men have experienced one or more of the following intimate partner violence-related impacts: being fearful, concerned for safety, any post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms, injury, need for medical care, housing services, victim advocate services, and or legal services, miss at least one day of work or school, and contacting a crisis hotline. 41.2% of black women and 36.3% of black men have experienced intimate partner physical violence in their lifetimes. 53.8% of black women and 56.1% of black men have experienced psychological aggression by an intimate partner in their lifetimes. So that goes to the point. There was a recent video that was put out by a white woman, actually, and she was saying that words, like somebody psychologically trying to degrade you, do as much damage as physical violence, and black men experience that more than black women, right? Yeah, man, we need to start. This is not just something black men need to stop doing this to black women. No. It's mutual combat from what I see. 8.8% of black women have been victims of intimate partner grape in their lifetimes, 8.8%. 17.4% of black women and 14.8% of black men have experienced intimate partner SV other than grape in their lifetimes. 9.5% of black women have experienced intimate partner stalking in their lifetimes. Homicide, an estimated 51.3% of black adult female homicides are related to intimate partner violence. So again, like I said, one is too many. However, that percentage of 51.3% cannot be overlooked. Intimate partner violence, which basically means the men that are black women are choosing, are deciding to delete them or cause intimate partner violence. That's I honestly, I don't even like touching on this stuff because damn, I honestly don't know what to say, man, because it's tough, because I told you guys I used to be a sapper, VA in the military, sexual assault prevention and response victim advocate. And just hearing these numbers on both sides, it's troubling for me because I've defended multiple women, I've defended multiple men, and I just don't like seeing these types of issues, especially in the black community. But we're at odds right now. We have to kind of level set the conversation. So I'm somewhat forced to talk about these things, man. And it's sad, damn, it's sad, man. Jesus. Let's go here. And I don't want to leave without, some preventative methods. So if any woman is listening and you're getting upset about me presenting this information, don't forget what I do for my actual job. I'm in the public health field, and it's basically around prevention. I'm trying to be proactive instead of reactive. So some ways that you can prevent intimate partner violence. Here we go. Let's start here. It's a priority for the CDC. Prevention is possible. You can make it happen by changing the context and underlying risk that contribute to IPV in homes, schools, and neighborhoods. Here we go. The 6-step strategy is teach safe and healthy relationship skills. That's something that's necessary in the black community. Engage influential adults and peers. Basically getting advice on how to deal with certain issues in the black community or in your relationship. Disrupt developmental pathways towards partner violence. Starts in the home. Create protective environments. Strengthen economic supports for families and support survivors to increase safety and lessen harms. That's where I used to come in the military, supporting the survivors and the people who experience SA, right? So yeah, there are things in place, man, and Jesus, it's tough. Let me see. Is Alfonso Morris said how many black men, non-black women are we unaliving? How many non-black women are black men unaliving? It's so I have a video out there, man, and you guys can go watch it. What was my video titled? I already broke down these numbers of Alfonso Harris. I'm not going to take the time to sit there and try and look for it now while on live, but I've already broke down those numbers. So yeah, when you hear me say not that many, one is too many. One is always too many. Even though we know that there's always going to be the dregs of a society. But in comparison to the total black male population, it's not that many. And I hate to say that, but y'all get what I'm saying. I'm trying to be very clear on this because I know people will be like, well, you said that, the amount of black men that's, deleting black. No, I'm not saying that. I'm basically saying that compared to the total black male population, it's not that many. All right. So yeah, so let's continue. More solutions. It's important to monitor and evaluate your efforts while the field of violence prevention continues to evolve. Be a part of the solution. You can go to cdc.gov, violence prevention, if you want any more information on that. This is both for men and women. And these are the prevention efforts. The public health, the government, education, social services, health services, business, labor, justice, housing, community organizations, coalitions, and media, all involved. And this is just basically giving you advice on how you need to move forward. So let's look at some more statistics in regards to how the black community has decreased their imprisonment population. So 901 out of 100,000 black folks are currently incarcerated. Here's some actual facts. And this is just prison. This is not any other incarceration facilities. Total prison population, 1.2 million in 2021. Prisoners were held in state and or federal prisons. So if you take that 1.2 million of people that are currently in prison, there's about, we have to use the whole total population. So we'll say about 20 million black men and children that are living in the U.S. And I say children because of the fact that the juvenile numbers are counted in as well. So what is it, about 10 and up, age 10 and up? So they're in there as well. So it's a small percentage of black men that are currently incarcerated. State prison, and I say that by saying 1.2 million, there's 332 million people living in the United States. So that should put things into perspective for anybody who thought that there was a large percentage of black men that were currently in prison. It's not. The state prison population decreased by 22,000 persons, down 2% from year-end 2020 to year-end 2021, while the BOP population increased by 5,200, up 3%. The total prison population has decreased every year since 2013, making 2021 the 8th consecutive year of decline. At year-end 2021, there were 394,000 fewer prisoners, down 25%, under the jurisdiction of state or federal correctional facilities than a decade earlier. Females represented almost 7% of the total prison population in 2021, which is up from 4% in 1978. The percentage of persons in state or federal prison who were female peaked at 7.6% in 2018. Each year from 2003 to 2019, more than 100,000 females were held in state or federal prisons. The number of females in state or federal prisons on December 31st, 2021, 83,000 was the smallest since year-end 1997, which is at 79,000. So the reason why I read those statistics off for the women is because I know a lot of focus is geared towards black men being in prison, but every number, every statistic that involves women, black women lead. So yes, black men are, overrepresented in prison, but the same can be said for black women, right? So instead of sitting there trying to focus your attention on what black men are doing and, hey, it's y'all fault, let's focus on what we need to do with black women as well. Even though what's crazy is that black women actually decreased their prison imprisonment numbers by like 70%, but they still lead. And black men have decreased their imprisonment rates and we still lead. And I'm going to show you here in a second. Hold on. And this is just some more information. I already did a full video on this. I just wanted to highlight this. Examining the cumulative likelihood of male imprisonment over a lifetime, scholars have highlighted a generational shift among black men. For black men, the lifetime risk of imprisonment fell from 1 in 3 for those born in 1981 to 1 in 5 for those born in 2001. This is a 42% reduction and outpaced the 29% reduction in lifetime imprisonment for white men and 17% reduction for Latinx men. But several factors cause against being overly, I guess that's sanguine. The researchers warn, notably the persistence of mass incarceration disparities. So basically what it's saying, and you can see here, black men were still 4.1 times as likely to be in prison within their lifetimes compared to white men, right? So basically what they're saying is black men are making a lot of progress in regards to decreasing their imprisonment numbers. And I did a full video on this because there was a young lady on a particular podcast that said that 1 in 3 black men had felonies. But instead of doing her research to see that they just published in October 2023 that black men are decreasing their imprisonment rates to the point of 1 in 5 now. Even though that's still the highest amongst men, it's a small step. Well, I won't even say a small step. It's actually a big step in improving the black male ethnic image. And that should be a positive for the black community, right? But have you guys ever seen anybody highlight these things in the public eye? No. Right? So that's why you got me. And this is just breaking it down. You can see it right here. 1 in 5, 1 in 20 for white men, 1 in 10 for all men, and 1 in 8 for Latinx men. Now, and this is where I was talking about black women. And again, like I said, kudos to black women. A similar trend can be seen in imprisonment rates, which represent prison populations as a percentage of the total population. If you look at the imprisonment rates by gender, it reveals that black women experienced the most dramatic decline, 70% from 2000 to 2021. Still, black women were in prison at 1.6 times the rate of white women in 2021. So again, like I said, black women have decreased their numbers exponentially, but they're still leading, which is the same for black men. But for some odd reason, black men are the only ones that get highlighted. And like I said, this is me actually giving kudos to the black women, because if you look at the graph here, it tells you right here, black women from 2000 to 2021, a 70% decrease, as opposed to 18% for Latinx women and 12% for white women. The increase for white women from 2000 to 2021. So that's actually a good thing. And this is for men. Black men had a 48% decrease from 2000 to 2021. That's the highest. From Latinx men, 34%, and white men, a 27% decrease. So we're both doing what we need to do in regards to lowering the prison statistics. So going back to the good men need to do something about the bad black men, why are our women still seeking out the men that are doing the most damage in the black community, even when we lowered the imprisonment rate? Why? Lord, we are ass backwards in this damn community. Sweet Jesus. And this is just a peak from 2021, the reductions in the prison population. And it just basically says from the peak year to 2021, there was a 25% decrease from 2009 to 2021. And this is just for prison. And then in the black community, once again, we have the highest decrease from the peak year to 2021, which is 25% from 1998 to 2021. More information on how the black community is excelling. And this is just a table that shows you how our prisoners under the jurisdiction of state and federal correctional authorities have decreased from 2011. So it's at 1.3 million in 2011, and now it's down to about 1 million in 2021. That's from 2011. That's a 24.3% decrease. Y'all see that? And then this is the trend that's going to happen, that they're projected to happen from 2009 all the way up to 2098. They already extrapolated this out. So right now, what we're looking at this crossroads, so the red that you guys see here is the projection. So this that divide is 2021. And that stopped right there at 1.2 million. But then as 2040 is projected to decline all the way down to less than 250,000 people that are state and federally incarcerated. So yes, so it's going to continue to happen. Now we just have to convince our women to stop messing with dudes who cause the most issues. But I mean, it is what it is. Let me see here. And this is just highlighting all the injustices that Black folks have to go through. And you guys can find all this information on prisonpolicy.org. They have all of the information that you need. I'm not going to, sit there and read all this stuff out. I just put it in here. The imprisonment rate of Black men declined substantially, falling almost half. Still, Black men were imprisoned at 5.5 times the rate of white men in 2021. The decarceration among Latinx men and women also outpaced that of whites, but Latinx women and even more so men, remain in prison at higher rates than whites. And this is just some sentencing numbers. It's not really much that y'all don't already know. Yeah, I'm not going over this shit again. Yeah, and this is just highlighting some studies. Of women being sexually aroused by men in prison. We already discussed that before, man. And here's a book that you guys can read on this. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of this name, Elizabeth Greenwood. She actually published a book titled Love Lockdown: Dating, Sex, and Marriage in America's Prisons. I haven't read it yet, but I am, just so I can see what the hell is going on. And, and it's not just with Black women, it's women in particular. They seem to be attracted to the wrong type of masculinity. And that's where you get the most issues. And that's literally nothing that good Black men can do. So, like I said, the overarching message that I'm trying to convey is good Black men, don't stress yourself over arguing with these women that try and use this as a shaming tactic, because that's simply what it is. It's nothing you can do outside of protecting the people that you're responsible for. You don't have control over who Black women give their vagina to. You don't have control over who Black women have children with. It's not your concern. Just focus on the people that you can, you can take care of. Outside of that, let these women talk. Let these men talk. When they say this dumb rhetoric about doing something about the bad Black men, has nothing to do with you. Continue doing what you're doing. Being successful people in society, and we're gonna be just fine. All right. Let me get this super chat. Strength is law with the $5 super chat. Said, what's going on, brother? Glad to catch a live. Salute chat. Thank you, brother. Good to see you here as always. Did I miss any super chats? Nope. Good to go. What else did I have? Hold on one second. Let me check the Cash App. Got everything cool. Lord, that was a lot. Let me bring this up 1 second here, guys. I'll let you know what's going on a Saturday. Here we go. Give me 1 second. Man, Monday started off heavy. Lord. Come on, man. The airdrop is going slow. So my bad, y'all. Let's see here. What did Oliver say? Oliver said the proverb that Ghanaian brother dropped should be our mantra as Black men. Yeah, and that was eye-opening, because like I said, sometimes we don't know if men from the continent are understanding what Black men are dealing with. Now it's just refreshing to see. So let me show y'all who we got coming on to talk about home ownership. We got my guy Jason Brown. So Jason Brown, let me give him his lead in real quick. And this is the title. He said, "Why are men bagging the hoe over buying the home?" And we gonna talk about it in depth. So basically, what who Jason is? Let me give him his proper introduction. Good brother. Where is it? Where is it? I pulled up some stuff. Okay. Jason has with over 12 million in sales, Jason has experienced a diversity of buyer needs, from relocation, purchasing with aging parent, or just needing to be closer to friends and family. The Charlotte agent is an expert in all markets and totally committed to your lifestyle needs. And that's directly from his website called The Charlotte Agent. And thank you, International Quiet Storm, for putting that in there. So yeah, so Jason will be here on Saturday for about an hour. I would say about 4 o'clock. Wait, hold on. What is this? You're joking, right? This is the spy tactic and worse, running with the credit and have doing it. So what I miss? What I miss? What I miss? Mojo Heart. I don't know. But yeah. So Jason will be here on Saturday to discuss any questions that you have with home ownership, and he's going to tell you what he's been studying and all the statistics that you need to know and understand. So it will definitely be a great show. I want to make sure that you guys come with any questions that you have for Jason, because he'll be able to answer most of them. So if you're looking to buy a home or you have any questions, concerns, please make sure you attend the live stream on Saturday, because this is our resident expert on the matter, right? So yeah, so let me see here. And what you talking about, Mojo Heart? What we miss? Ooh, somebody talk foolery? All right, so let's go ahead and get out of here, man. This is a great show. Like I said, don't worry yourselves, black men. Keep doing what you need to do. I applaud you. Blessings to you and yours. Keep excelling, and I look forward to hearing the success stories in the near future. So again, thank you to all those who donated cash apps and super chats. Thank you to all of you who contributed to the chat and provided your insight. I greatly appreciate it. And we definitely hopefully, I want to try, what is this? Mojo Art, think ops. Last time we trusted them, what happened? Who? All right. I'm done. All right. So yeah, so y'all have a great rest of the week. Make sure you wish the Lakers well. On Thursday, we got the Golden State Warriors once again back from All-Star Weekend. So yeah, hopefully we can get a good win and keep this win streak going. And yeah, so I'm gonna be on the golf course tomorrow, bright and early. I got to get to it. So with my new socks, my I tapped that socks that my girl bought me. So yeah, so I will be out this. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. It's a great show. Thank you for your insight. And I'm gonna leave you with some of the smooths. Well, matter of fact, I'll leave you with the whiskey video that I created. I'll find it, and we can go out on that. That'll work. Let's see here. Let me pull that up. Let me see if I can find it. I think I still got it on my desktop. Let's see. Where is it? Here we go. Hopefully it works. There we go. All right, y'all. Take it easy.